34 points. In one stretch, he hit 9 of 10 field goals. And Miller is proud to present a check for $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society on behalf of Vinnie Johnson. Adrian Dantley scored 22 and James Edwards 15. So for Billy Cunningham and Pat O'Brien, I'm Dick Stockton saying so long from the Pontiac Silverdome, where the Detroit Pistons have defeated the Boston Celtics and will go to the NBA Finals against the winner of tomorrow's game between the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers at 3:30 Eastern Time. Also on CBS Sports, it's third-round action from the Kemper Open.
Sports coverage of the 1988 NBA playoffs has been
Absolutely impeccable here at the Forum, as Brent points out. The Pistons had to beat the Celtics twice in Boston Garden. That was no mean feat. They'll have to win at least once at the Forum if they're going to win the championship. Back to you, Brent.
You know, Dick, you will be talking about so many stories within the story here as this final gets underway. One of them, though, that has already captured attention of the headline writers, and that's the fact that Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas are the best of friends, except when they compete against each other. And here's what they have to say about this particular confrontation.
I was rooting for him. I definitely wanted him to do well. But also, while I was rooting, I was observing, trying to learn as much as I possibly can.
I mean, I'm happy for him and happy for Detroit, but it does make it a little bit tougher on probably both of us.
I don't look at it as something that's enjoyable or difficult. I look at it as I got a job to do, and I'm coming in here to do my job.
We're in competition now. We're going for the championship. There's no holding back because we're friends. Matter of fact, it's even more incentive because we are friends.
Just a short time ago, I asked Isaiah, what's it going to be like going against Magic in Game 1? And he paused a couple of beats, and he looked at me, and he said, you know, it's easy to hate someone when you love them as much as I do. And then he got that baby-face Nelson grin on his face, and I knew for sure that Isaiah Thomas is ready for Game 1. We're going to come back now and meet the starting lineups of the Lakers and the Pistons when we continue with our coverage of the finals in just a moment. One of the finals, and keep in mind that 70% of the winners of Game 1 have gone on to win the championship. Let's meet the starting lineups. Let's go down to Lawrence Tanner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Forum in Inglewood, California, for Game 1 of the 1988 NBA Finals between the Detroit Pistons and the defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the Eastern Conference champion, Detroit Pistons. At forward, in his 12th year out of Notre Dame, at 6'5", number 45, Adrian Dantley. At forward, in his 8th campaign out of Hampton Institute, at 6'10", number 44, Rick Mahorn. At center, in his 8th season out of Notre Dame, at 6'11", number 40, Bill Laimbeer. At guard, in his 3rd year out of McNeese State, at 6'3", number 4, Joe Dumars. And at guard, in his 7th year out of Indiana University, number 11, at 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. The head coach for the Detroit Pistons, Chuck Daly. And now for the Western Conference champion, Los Angeles Lakers. At guard, in his 9th year out of Michigan State, at 6'9", number 32, Irvin Magic Johnson. At guard, in his 5th year out of Arizona State, at 6'4", number 4, Byron Scott. At forward, in his 3rd campaign out of Oregon State, at 6'9", number 45, A.C. Green. At forward, in his 6th year out of North Carolina, at 6'9", number 42, James Worthy. And at center, in his 19th year out of UCLA, at 7'2", number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Los Angeles Lakers, Pat Riley.
So here's the scene at the Forum, getting ready for Game 1 of this 1988 NBA Finals. The Detroit Pistons and the Los Angeles Lakers, who try to repeat for the first time in 19 years. The officials working tonight's first game, Darryl Garrettson. His partner will be Joe Crawford. And the alternate is Jess Kersey. Pistons have been a good road team, Billy Cunningham. They have won 4 of their last 5, including those 2 wins I referred to at Boston Garden and 2 wins in Chicago.
And their first win, they won the first game against the Celtics in the Boston Garden, but they'll really be in for a lot here against the Lakers. The interesting point is, will their transition game be as effective as Chuck Daly hopes?
I'm anxious to see what the opening matchups are. And of course, with the benches being a big factor as well, the Pistons were impressive going 4 deep against the Celtics. But the Lakers have been here. They know what it takes to win, and they had to survive 2 grueling 7-game series, beating Utah and Dallas. They've endured the hardship to get to this point, and an imposing home record in the playoffs. Laimbeer and Kareem jumping center, controlled by L.A. Dumars will be on Magic Johnson, no surprise there, and Isaiah is on Scott. Mahorn is on Worthy. Dantley will be on A.C. Green, and the 2 centers match up as well. Illegal defense called against the Pistons. That's the warning. The next time, that'll be a technical foul against Chuck Daly and his crew.
Well, starting the ball game, we're seeing Detroit playing straight up against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, not looking for the double team.
Lakers like to get Jabbar going early. He's the table setter, according to Magic Johnson. Magic becomes the table setter. Rebound Mahorn. Pistons running it up as you anticipated, Billy, and Thomas goes in and draws the foul. So Detroit not playing half court, at least in this opening moment.
Now, Isaiah Thomas has more responsibility on him for this series than anyone before, because here they're going to change their tempo. In the first 3 series, they did not run much. Now he's going to have to make a lot of tough decisions on the breaks, making sure they get that good opportunity shot.
Foul was on Byron Scott, and of course the Pistons don't have their best running team out there right now. When they bring in Sally and Rodman, they do.
They are quicker when they bring Rodman and Sally than the Lakers in the fast-breaking situations.
That says a lot. Pistons have fewer playoff losses than the Lakers, which is interesting. Detroit has the lead, and there's a 3-quarter trap by the Pistons.
Oh, we're seeing them come out, putting a lot of full-court pressure. They're going right after the Lakers.
Scott has the ball knocked away, and it's still L.A. ball. How tough Detroit has been defensively in 16 playoff games. They've held their opponents to under 100 12 times. That's phenomenal. Kareem misses the hook. Box out by Dumars. Dantley picked up by Green. There's one matchup. Worthy is guarding Joe Dumars. There's another surprise.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of moving around by these coaches during the course of this series.
Dumars outside hits, and the Pistons are up 4-0. Just about a minute going by. Worthy with a quick pop. Rebound is Laimbeer, and here comes Detroit running. Thomas against Worthy here. Green is on Laimbeer.
The reason we're seeing Detroit run so much, Chuck Daly feels this is when they are most effective as a ball club.
4 on the shot clock. Thomas goes up. Dantley with 1 second hits at the 24-second buzzer. We thought Detroit would never get it off in time, and they've started out 6-0 to startle this Forum crowd.
You have to think that Magic Johnson's going to look to take it over a little bit more and be more offensive-minded, seeing that they're struggling early.
Green setting a pick outside. And losing it out of bounds is James Worthy. So the Lakers are jittery, and Detroit, surprisingly, looks to be the poised team in the opening minute.
Chuck Daly, coming into the game beforehand, felt that he was concerned his team was very hyper in the locker room. Well, so far, they've come out showing a great deal of poise.
Thomas finds Laimbeer, goes inside, lays it in, and it's 8-0. And Pat Riley wants a 20-second timeout, and you can literally hear a pin drop here at this place.
Well, a lot of people out there wondering how would Detroit perform against the Lakers. I think they're sending a message right now that they're here for a purpose, to win a world championship.
9 minutes and 52 seconds, and you don't have to fiddle with your dial on the TV set. There is no crowd reaction coming out of this place right now.
Just being around LA the last couple of days, you could feel the people, a little disappointment not having the Celtics here and thinking that the Lakers would just walk over this Piston team. And when you try to tell them, hey, this Piston team, they beat a good Celtic team, a good Chicago team, and they're worthy of being here. Now I think they understand why.
Lakers have missed their first 3 shots plus a turnover. They haven't scored. 9:45 remaining in the first period. Worthy turnaround, and the Lakers get on the board.
That's going to be a tough matchup for Rick Mahorn. He's going to have to be very physical with Worthy because he does not have the quickness.
Thomas finds Dantley. Now they isolate. The Pistons do. Dantley against AC Green. Doubled with Magic. Good rotation by the Lakers defensively. Dantley, though, hits the shot, and the Pistons are 4 for 4 in the early going and lead 10-2.
What they've been doing is making the extra pass at the offensive end of the court, finding the open man.
Nearly 3 minutes gone by, opening period, and they call Dantley with the foul on AC Green, and that's the first Pistons foul. Each team has 1.
So far, Detroit is more aggressive defensively than I've seen them in any of the previous series.
They have been a tremendous defensive team in the playoffs. Worthy will inbound again for the Lakers. No accident. It wasn't just Boston's bad shooting. Under 50% 6 straight times. Defense had a lot to do with it. Worthy. Good move in the lane. And gets the basket. He didn't show any indications that the tendonitis in the knee bothered him on that switch move.
No, but he did jump off the wrong foot there. That might be a sign that he is hurting with that leg.
All right. 10-4 Pistons. Lane Beer gets rid of it in a hurry and hits. And the Pistons have yet to miss. They're 5 for 5, leading by 8 points. First 2 games here in LA, the next 3 at the Silverdome. Worthy. Lane Beer tips it out. Recovered by Magic. 3-point attempt, Byron Scott, long rebound, and that could be a break situation for the Pistons. Way up, banks it in. I thought that was way off the mark, William.
He didn't call that, did he? Off the board.
6 for 6 for the Pistons. And it's 14-4, so being odd here at the Forum in the finals, I think, is a thing of the past for the Pistons, if that was the case. Kareem with the skyhook, Lane Beer the rebound.
It's 1 shot, and here come the Pistons running.
Lane Beer with a fake on Worthy. Dantley wants to be isolated against AC Green. Scott won't let it happen with a double. Lane Beer. And the first miss of the game by the Pistons with 7:38 remaining. 14-4 Detroit. Scott has it blocked by Mahorn. Basket count and a foul, and this crowd reacts positively for the Lakers for the first time.
And that's where Byron Scott is most effective, when he can get that ball in the open court. And that's the first miss and the first chance for the Lakers to get out and run.
Foul is on Mahorn, 2nd team foul, and you're looking at Byron Scott, who was the leading scorer for the Lakers during the regular season in the year in which he became a complete player.
Now, this is a different team for the Lakers to be facing in the playoffs. The past teams they faced, a post-up team looking to get the ball inside. We're seeing a team out on the floor right now that is a perimeter jump shooting team.
You may see Edwards with some post-up play, the backup center coming in a little later on. But basically, that's what they are. They live and die by the outside shot. 5 on the shot clock. Thomas with Worthy all over him, fires away. And that was the first forced shot by the Pistons tonight.
Well, you got to credit, too, the defense by the Lakers. They did an excellent job, and their game plan against Isaiah Thomas is to force him to shoot the perimeter jump shot, not allow him to penetrate.
Under 7 minutes to go, first period. Dick Stockton and Billy Cunningham. Pistons have led all the way. They're up by 7, now 5, as Kareem gets on the scoreboard. 14-9 in favor of the Lakers.
That's one reason right there, seeing Magic Johnson posting up, that I believe we'll see Dennis Rodman matched up against him, trying to taking Magic out of the post position.
Thomas inside, banks it again. He must like the glass here at the Forum. It's 16-9 Detroit, 6.5 to go, and Isaiah leads all scorers with 6. Dumars did a tremendous defensive job against Michael Jordan in the Chicago series. Magic Johnson Thompson, who doesn't have the moves of Michael, hits from outside for his first point.
Well, we see Magic Johnson, how he reads the game, and he realizes they need his offense at this point, and he's looking for it.
Driving inside was Thomas. Danley, ball away. Now the Lakers starting to come back. They have a 4-on-2 break. Worthy against Lambeer, gets the basket. And now the Pistons want the timeout. They still lead, but the Lakers, after trailing 8-0, have come back in this one.
Now here's why Detroit is so fearful of the fast break. Bill Lambeer, who does not have the quickness against Worthy, picks up the foul and the basket. I want you to take a look right here at James Worthy, what he does when Dantley shoots the basketball. He just pushes him right out underneath the basket, and the Lakers were off and running.
And they got the basket right there. Al Davis, who, of course, people talk about the Pistons as being the Raiders of basketball, even sent some Raiders sweaters to the Detroit club during the season. Managing general partner of the Raiders, Worthy makes the free throw. And it's 16-14. John Sally is coming to the ball game for the Detroit Pistons, so that could help the running game. Rick Mahorn goes out. Mahorn, by the way, has been bothered by a bad back, may require surgery after the season. 5:40 remaining in the first. Danley, and now the Lakers are called for an illegal defense. Each club cited one time, so we'll have technicals the next time we have it. And I guess after seeing Pat Riley and Chuck Daly, let's see the play.
Yeah, right in the middle of your picture, you see Byron Scott standing at the foul line. If he's in that position, he's got to go double team the ball.
Double Dantley, Thomas in the crowd, Worthy. Thomas gives up a lot of inches, but the Clippers on Thomas's side missed the layup. Green the rebound, and the Lakers can tie it up. They're not in bad shape considering they were down 8-0. Worthy with a lot of time. Sally is guarding him. Worthy faces a taller man there. Kareem with a skyhook. Lambeer with the board.
Both teams are doing a great job on their own defensive boards. We haven't seen any offensive rebounds.
Lakers are on a 10-2 run right now. They were trailing by 10. Sally didn't have control and turns it over. So the Pistons had the better of the Lakers early, and now the Lakers have turned the tables on them with just under 5 minutes to go in the first. Game 1, best of 7 for the NBA championship. Lakers looking to repeat. Pistons hoping for the miracle. And a foul away from the ball against Detroit will be their 4th team foul. One more in their penalty. This is against Thomas. Mahorn was the only Piston not to score. Sally has replaced him, and A.C. Green yet to counter for the Lakers. Magic working low post against Dumars. Fake to double, and Scott drives in. And good hustle by Danley, and he's tied up by A.C. Green. Kind of quick whistle there on the tie-up. Very quick. The shooting so far, Lakers only 43%. Detroit shooting well, and it's a 2-point game. So the Lakers have held and steadied from the early onslaught. Kareem, long skyhook. Rebound, Sally, swooped in. That's his style. Pistons cling to the lead, and Detroit with a slight rebounding edge as well.
What we're seeing is the Lakers now are getting back better defensively as a team. I guess they're aware now that the Pistons are going to run.
Detroit missing after hitting their early shots. They hit their first 6 shots of the game. Worthy is called for the offensive foul. And he's shaken up. James Worthy, who has had problems with his knee, it doesn't seem to be that. But it's taken him a while to get up.
I think he falls on his hip. Here we see John Sally stepping right in the middle. Good call by the official right there, Joey Crawford. He fell right on the hip or his elbow.
Worthy stays in the game. So the Pistons go to work with a 2-point lead. They started the game 6 for 6. But lately they've hit only one of their last 6 shots. They've grown cold. Michael Thompson in the game, and he picks up Isaiah Thomas on the switch. Thomas, left-handed shot, and a loose ball foul called against the Pistons.
happened is Isaiah Thomas has penetrated the last 2 times to the basket, but he's gotten himself too deep to the basket. He's got to pull up and shoot the jump shot.
Michael Cooper, three-point whiz and defensive stalwart, has replaced James Worthy. What does that mean in the Laker lineup with that move, Billy?
Oh, the flexibility that Pat Riley has. Cooper could end up playing Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, or he could be on Adrian Dantley, and I would think he'd end up either on Adrian Dantley or Joe Dumars this time.
15 foul put the Pistons in the penalty. Sally committed the foul, and Green misses the first. Green so far has contributed 3 rebounds, even though he has not scored. And he had a chance to tie it, but it's still a 1-point game. Dick Stockton and Bill Cunningham here at the Forum in Inglewood. First period, the Pistons led 8-0, and their lead has been cut to 1 with 3:35 to go. First game, best of 7 for the championship. Doubling Dantley, that's what the Celtics did. Dantley gets free of Green and gets an easy layup on kind of a pick and roll.
Well, he just went back door. Right away, we saw the overplay by Green. Lampier and Dantley just were right on the same page, and a nice play.
Dantley and Thomas each with 6. They've been the leading scorers for the Pistons all year. Cooper, they leave open for the 3. It's wild and missed. Scott the rebound in the lane. Another rebound. Scott controlled. Nothing unusual. The Celtics really dominated the offensive glass against the Pistons, and the Lakers are starting to do a little bit of it here.
Yeah, and it's the guards doing it. Byron Scott's getting to the boards. You can't allow that to happen.
18-15 in favor of Detroit. 7 on the shot clock. Cooper inside 3 points. He's 0 for 2 and has missed badly twice. Dumars. Cooper picks him up. So there's the defensive assignment for Michael. Last touch by Dantley into the hands of the Lakers. Trying to cut it to 1. 2:25 to go in the first. Dumars giving up a lot of inches. Magic to Cooper. And Michael Cooper is way off the mark.
Way off, and we're seeing now adjustments defensively. Now Detroit is looking to double the people in the post position.
Michael Thompson is the center defensively. Kareem went out after hitting 1 of his first 5. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Dumars in the corner. And Joe Dumars hits. He scored 35 points in 1 game against the Lakers. Detroit was red hot. They cooled off, and the 3 for 9 lately. And a foul called against Dumars. And it'll be a shooting situation as they treat Worthy's hip after that spill. And Chuck Daly finds his underdogs up by 5. Pat O'Brien, who is over there checking on Pat Riley, or I should say James Worthy's problems. Patrick?
Well, James just turned to me and said he's going back to the locker room. There you can see him going. What he has is a hip pointer. If you feel that hard part on your hip right there, he fell on his right hip. He's in a lot of pain. It doesn't stop you from doing anything. If you can handle the pain, you can handle it. This is the playoffs and the finals, so I guess he can handle it. But we'll check on him in the locker room. We'll get back to you later, James.
All right, Pat, thank you very much.
This is the type of defense that we're going to see next. That Adrian Dantley is going to face all during this series. The double team. Now he tries to step out and receive the outlet pass. We see A.C. Green overplaying, and he's going to have to work very hard to score. And right there is just a fine play.
The Pistons going deeper into their bench. Vinnie Johnson and James Edwards have checked in. Vinnie Johnson, the scoring whiz off the bench. And James Edwards. There's Vinnie Johnson, whose nickname is the Microwave. And James Edwards, who was a big factor in 4 of the 6 games against the Celtics for Detroit. 7-1, 11-year veteran, was picked up by Phoenix and proved to be a tremendous boost.
Detroit could not put more of an offensive team on the court than they have right now with Thomas, Dantley, Vinnie Johnson, and Edwards, the offensive threats.
Lakers made the free throws. Dantley picked up by A.C. Green, playing him tough. Lakers defense has improved since the 6-for-6 to start. And nearly a turnover. Vinnie Johnson controlled. They're not going to get it off, though. The 24-second clock expires. But credit Magic Johnson for defensive hustle.
Oh, the defense by the Lakers is outstanding on that play, the way they came over and helped. And that's a good sign for the Laker fans, because when they're getting to the loose balls, that's when they're playing at their best.
1:15 to go in the first period. Pistons 20, Lakers 17. Vinnie Johnson is now guarding Magic Johnson. Swing it to Scott. Fake. He fakes Vinnie off of his shoes, and Magic banks it in. Vinnie Johnson went flying, And Magic banked it in, and he has 6 points.
I think that the Lakers will go to that as long as Vinnie Johnson or Dumars are gonna play Magic Johnson. Chuck Daly's gonna have to make an adjustment defensively.
Under a minute to go. Dantley going to the hoop. And the foul outside. It is only the second team foul against the Lakers. First against A.C. Green. Strange shooting when you look at the score of 2019 Detroit and look at the numbers up there.
Some offensive rebounds, and there's been some turnovers by the Pistons. The Lakers have been able to get the shots and not turn the ball over.
Cooper is on Isaiah Thomas. Sally setting a screen. Switch. Magic picks him up. Michael Thompson on James Edwards. Long-range shot. Rebound by Magic. And a chance to give the Lakers their first lead of the ball game with 22 seconds to go in the period. 16 now on the shot clock. Dantley now on Magic. Magic fires away, and the Lakers have their first lead.
Well, Magic has just taken this game over for the Lakers. He is just doing it the offensive end and the defensive end of the court.
Ultimately, he'll be the key to the Lakers' fate no matter what happens. Final seconds of the first period, and the basket counts by John Sally. So the Pistons have the edge as Sally hits the hoop, and that ends a very close first period. And that is the end of one here in Game 1. We'll return to the Forum after this word from your local station.
Sports coverage of the 1988 NBA Finals is sponsored by the Heartbeat of America, today Chevrolet. Polaroid Spectra System, the camera that makes time stand still. And by Honda Power Equipment. It's Honda engineering that makes the difference.
The first 12 minutes of the 1988 NBA Finals are history, and the Detroit Pistons lead the LA Lakers 22-21 as you enjoy, hopefully, CBS's exclusive coverage of these finals. The shooting, Detroit 59%, the Lakers 36. The Lakers hit only 2 of their last 9. Magic Johnson, however, has 8 points in the game, and he brought the Lakers back. He is the leading scorer. Worthy has 7. Thomas and Dantley each have 6 for the Pistons. Billy, how do you sum up this, in your words, your first period of this final?
Well, if I'm Chuck Daly, I'm a little concerned that my team's able to hold the Lakers to 36% from the field and really do a great job with their set defense. The only person really hurting them, Magic Johnson, posting up. And, that's got to be a big concern, and Pat Riley's got to feel very good at this point.
By the way, the report on James Worthy, he'll be back. They put a cushion on his hip. Knocked away by Michael Thompson out of bounds. And now a pushing foul called against Detroit. Vinnie Johnson, the guilty party.
But that was the defense of the Lakers. As soon as Vinnie Johnson came off that screen, he was looking for the shot, and there was a hand right in his face.
Byron Scott and Magic Johnson at guard. A.C. Green, Michael Thompson, and Michael Cooper. Cooper, in essence, playing a forward position. He can play both. Magic finds Michael Thompson all alone in the corner. Green fighting for the rebound, and it's last off of Sally's knee. Great hustle by A.C. Green. Kareem has come back in. He was only 1 for 5 when he started the game, and Green goes out with 3 rebounds. First appearance of the game for Dennis Rodman. What kind of an effect will he have? He could be a busy man in this series.
Oh, he could see. Chuck Daly even said you might see him playing against Kareem in the post. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, yeah, we think he's quick enough and he's strong enough.
Right now it's Edwards against Kareem, and he misses the sky hook. Still Laker ball. Joe Dumars also checking in for the Pistons. So that group has Vinnie Johnson and Dumars at guard, and it's Sally, Edwards, and Rodman up front. Byron Scott buries it.
You just can't give a team like the Lakers that many opportunities to score 2 points. And it's been the turnovers by Detroit and the aggressive play on the offensive boards by the Lakers to keying them to stay in this ballgame.
L.A. regained the lead until Vinnie Johnson came back and hit, and his nickname of the microwave is well earned. No exaggeration there. First 2 minutes of the second period. Magic Johnson working against Dumars. Rodman doubles. Cooper wide open, a lot of time, misses the 3. Cooper's cold starting this one.
Cooper's cold, and Vinnie Johnson hit his first jump shot, and if he hits another one, the Lakers might have to make some adjustments defensively.
decide to put Cooper on Dumars and Scott on Vinnie Johnson. And Vinnie Johnson gets the basket and the foul, and that is not good news for Pat Riley with the way Vinnie Johnson starts off.
Well, Vinnie Johnson has the ability to carry a team for long stretches. Now we'll see how he works off the screen, coming off, going to the baseline. Scott tries to go up with him, and you see how Vinnie Johnson leans in on that jump shot and is able to draw the foul.
He missed the free throw. Foul was on Byron Scott, his second, and he's the first player on either side to pick up 2 personal fouls. Pistons by 3. Lakers want to get Kareem on track. Edwards, and the rebound by Dumars. James Edwards doing a good defensive job on Kareem. Edwards was not a factor, was not with the club in their 2 games during the regular season. Rodman gets free of Scott inside, and Dennis Rodman is on the move.
Well, that was some pass by John Sally, and Rodman moving without the basketball.
Detroit has its running team in there. Magic Johnson changes hands and draws the foul as AC Green checks back in. Scott's going to go out for the Lakers, and a timeout. 9:42 to go, second period. Pistons by 5. And right now, let's take a closer look on how this aggregation was built. Jack McCloskey and Chuck Daly. These were the draft choices. Dennis Rodman in the second round, but Thomas Dumars and Sally drafted in the first round. But of course, any team worth its salt will make the right trades. And here they are. Vinnie Johnson has been around a while. He came from Seattle. Lambeer from Cleveland, where he played for Chuck Daly. Mahorn from Washington. Danley, well-traveled from Utah. And the big one this year, it seems, James Edwards from Phoenix, Bill.
An excellent job by this team. And you look at James Edwards, you have to remember Jack McCluskey tried 2 other centers to bring into the Detroit Pistons. Darryl Dawkins was one, and William Bedford was the other, and that didn't work out. And now Edwards we see on the court.
Magic starting out his club. I asked him yesterday during a breather about, I said, you know, a lot of people think you may not be in 100% shape. We had your groin injury. He says, I am now. Bob Hansen of the Utah Jazz got me into shape. I wasn't until I had to go against him. He worked me, made me tired, and now I feel good. So, of course, I asked him if he was going to give him any part of his winning share if he won the title.
He said the important thing was the ring, and I'm sure Chuck Daly's very happy that Hansen got him in good shape.
Magic hits 2 free throws, crediting Bob Hansen. What a job he did in that Utah series, 7-game affair. And the lead is cut to 3. Nearly 9.5 to go in the first half. Edwards against Kareem. Short. He's been short twice on his favorite shot, which is kind of a fall-away jumper. One thing the Pistons have done, the Lakers haven't any of their Showtime fast breaks yet.
No, it seems that Detroit's doing a better job as well, getting back defensively.
Michael Cooper still struggles. He's missed 5 shots. He's guarding Vinnie Johnson. Not that time. Rebound by AC Green. Green has 4 rebounds to lead the Lakers.
Another reason the Lakers are having trouble running is James Worthy is not here. We know how he can fill that lane. Magic goes right around Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was left flat-footed. Just shocked because, you know, you think of Magic 6'9", and in there posting up inside. He's supposed to be outside. Lead guards are supposed to be running the team.
Hey, Magic's been MVP of the finals 3 times. So his great play has been well chronicled. He's got 10 of the last 12 points for the Lakers. And illegal defense called against the Lakers. That's a technical foul, and the Pistons will shoot. It's Michael Thompson, the guilty party. One thing you've known by looking at Pat Riley and Chuck Daly, that we're looking at perhaps the 2 best-dressed coaches ever to meet up in the NBA Finals.
I think those 2 suits they're wearing cost more than my whole wardrobe.
I thought you were going to say they're rented, but we know better. Dumars on the line. Makes good on the technical, and a 2-point Piston lead, and they've got the ball.
Well, right now you look at the Pistons, and this is showing the depth of this ball club because there's only 1 starter on the court right now, Joe Dumars. The rest, other 4 players are the bench of Chuck Daly's.
James Worthy coming out of the dressing room, heading back in, and I'm sure you'll hear some of the cheers out here at the Forum when he appears. Pass inside, knocked away. Sally recovers. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Rodman Edwards. Good inside passing by the Pistons, who upped their lead to 4 once again.
Well, we're seeing a different James Edwards over the last 2 series. He's becoming more aggressive. His teammates are looking for him when he's posting up.
And the cheers are for James Worthy. Scott misses outside as he comes back on the floor. Rebound Rodman.
And Byron Scott has not hit anything from the perimeter. Everything has been going to the basket.
7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. 31 to 27. Pistons lead. Edwards finds the mark. James Edwards with his second straight field goal.
You know, these two guys aren't strangers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Edwards. They played against each other a few years ago when Edwards was at Phoenix.
84, and it was a tough 6-game series, and Edwards more than held his own against Kareem. So timeout called by the Lakers. 7:26 to go as Detroit keeps the lead in this game 1.
Pat O'Brien back at the Forum by the Laker bench. After we saw 3 doctors and Worthy's wife go to the locker room, we followed. They took a little time because they put a fiberglass cover over his hip. He now has the best protected hip on the floor. He's going to be okay. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Pat, thank you very much. I guess there's been a great personality change in this Detroit Piston team, Bill.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. As you see, in 1986, they were giving up 122 points a game, and now it's 94. And I think a lot of people said, well, it was the style of play and it was the team they played in the Boston Celtics that they were able to keep under control. But right now, you look at the clock, and with 7:26 left in the second period, the Lakers only have 27 points. You expect them to do that in the first 10 minutes of the game.
And 33% shooting. Edwards committing the foul on Kareem. That is the 3rd team foul on the Pistons. And the second foul on James Edwards with 7:20 to go. The Lakers shooting 33%. They set a record for the best 7-game shooting against Dallas at 53%. So Detroit's defense has to mean something. Kareem, 1 for 8 from the field after missing that sky hook. Nearly 7 minutes to go in the first half. 33 to 27 in favor of the Pistons. They just don't let teams get 100. That doesn't mean that'll happen tonight, but so far they're on the mark that way. Lane Beer, who's come in the game, misses outside. Loose ball, Edwards, and a new clock for the Pistons. Edwards setting a screen. Cooper trying to fight. Sort of a slide and roll, and James Edwards. Now the Lakers can run. Cooper, and an easy basket. Falls off the rim. L.A. very rarely misses that kind of a situation.
Michael Cooper just has no feeling out there right now offensively. He's just smiling out there. He just can't believe it.
Smiling on the outside, hurting on the inside. He's 0 for 6. Vinnie Johnson with his line drive shot buries it, and he has 3 field goals this period.
And we see what Chuck Daly's theory is offensively. If someone like Vinnie Johnson gets it going, he's looking to get him the ball every opportunity.
Scott working against Dumars. Dumars foul, and the 4th team foul on the Pistons. James Worthy, who went to the dressing room after injuring his hip, comes back in, replacing Michael Thompson. Cooper also comes out.
Now, Pat Riley has got to find a button to press to find someone offensively to get his team going.
Magic comes in the game. Green lost it out of bounds to Detroit. A lot of people thought that was an ugly series, the Celtics and the Pistons. It depends on whether you win or lose, I guess. And this one is not starting out artistically beautiful, huh?
No, but this is the style of Detroit. They're going to run when they get chance, but they're also an excellent defensive team.
Rodman misses a jumper. Pistons have scored 7 in a row, leading by 8. Offensive foul against A.C. Green of the Lakers, his 2nd person.
You got to tip your hat to Bill Laimbeer back there. He had to stand in there and take that charge by A.C. Green, who was going strong to the basket.
Adrian Dantley will come back in for the Pistons. And Rodman goes out. Dantley has scored 6. That was all in the first period. Rodman 2. Now a different kind of personality for the Pistons.
Yeah, but they're going to be looking to go to Vinnie Johnson.
Worthy on him. Isaiah Thomas hasn't taken a shot in the second period. Vinnie Johnson, you're right. He was the man, came up short. Byron Scott goes up without the ball, and the foul against the Pistons, it'll be Thomas, and that'll put Detroit in the penalty. Isaiah Thomas's second foul. He has 6 points, but nothing so far in the second.
Now, when you're playing against Byron Scott on the break, that's the spot in the court he likes to get to and then take it strong to the middle.
So far, Scott has 5 points and also 4 rebounds. He has definitely improved his inside game on both ends this season. A lot more aggressive in the last 3 years, and you can tell by how many times he goes to the line.
Well, when he came into the league, he was a jump shooter. Now he's playing with a lot more confidence. He led this Laker team in scoring for the regular season, and we see he's going out there playing very confidently.
1 out of 2 for Byron Scott, 35-28. Getting down to 5 minutes to go in the first half. This crowd has not had that much to really scream about so far tonight. Beer lost the pick and roll. Thomas with 8 on the shot clock. Thomas fires for 3 and is perfect. And the first 3-point shot for the Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas.
But we're seeing an adjustment the Lakers have to make offensively and defensively.
Magic finds an opening and swoops in.
And that's the only thing that's been effective for the Lakers in their set offense. Because playing against Dallas, that was a team that really tried to run a lot more. And now we're seeing a very patient when they don't have anything Detroit team, and it's not what the Lakers want.
Magic 14 leads them. Edwards hits the shot inside. Detroit is able to get some inside baskets. They're not as much a perimeter team, it seems.
And it all comes off the penetration and finding the open man.
Kareem inside hit. He has struggled from the field so far tonight. That's only his second basket. 40-32, the lead is 8. They have matched their biggest lead of 10. Edwards hand spin it in. Inside is Adrian Dantley, and that's where he's made a living for 12 years. It's a 10-point lead, matching the biggest lead that the Pistons have enjoyed. With just under 4 minutes to go, first half. And Magic goes flying, and the Pistons commit the foul.
Now here's Adrian Dantley getting this missed shot by Edwards, who probably should have gone up and dunked it. Watch how big he makes himself when he powers it up to the basket. He's not even 6'5".
Sally at 6'11" has come back in, replacing Bill Laimbeer. The foul was on Vinnie Johnson, his second. Rodman also comes in after a brief rest, and Magic on the line shooting 2. So Rodman and Sally are in there, along with Edwards, Thomas, and Dantley. It's a big team and a fast team.
You realize with 3:50 left in this half, if Magic Johnson wasn't out there scoring, this Laker team wouldn't have 20 points in this half.
He has 16 of their 34 points. Magic Johnson, Dantley going in, tried to pass it, and it was picked off by A.C. Green. 3.5 to go, first half. Sally against Worthy. Worthy trying to go baseline. Cut off nicely by Sally. And here's Isaiah Thomas, a 4-on-2 break, and Dantley lays it in. And the Pistons are up by 10.
And he got away with a few steps on that play.
At least 3 or 4, huh?
1, 2, 3.
Nearly 3 minutes to go. Again, the Pistons up by 10. Rodman is on Magic Johnson. Rodman guarded Larry Bird in the last series a good deal of the time. Magic couldn't get away. Rodman to Dantley, and the Pistons have opened up their biggest lead of the game. A 12-point advantage. Timeout, Lakers. Boy, they look cool and comfortable out there, but we've got a long way to go. Let's send it over to my man, Brent Musburger. Brent.
All right, Dick and Billy, thank you very much. We're going to talk live now with the King of the Air, Michael Jordan. He'll be with us at halftime. Got another award today, the NBA Miller Lite Player of the Year. Also, we're going to check in on the astrologers and see what they say about the outcome of the series. That and all the sports news. Let's send you back across the way now to Dick and Billy. Take it away, Dick.
All right, Brent. The Detroit Pistons on the fast break have opened up a 46-34 lead on this play.
And here's the good defense by Rodman. Magic trying to force the issue to draw the foul. And here come the Pistons out running.
Dantley has 12 to lead Detroit. Crowd trying to get behind the Lakers when they need it the most. Imagine only 34 points by the Lakers and little more than, or just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Thomas tightening up against Scott. Lakers are shooting 33% in this game. Worthy, good position inside. Gets the follow-up. James Worthy.
Now, so far in this half, the reason we're seeing the Lakers struggle and they're going to go to a trap, it looks like, straight man, but they've only scored 4 points on their fast break.
Edwards against Kareem, doubled with Scott. Sally gets in the low post momentarily. Edwards with a fall away. Magic the rebound, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Scott. Green, the offensive rebound. Rebound Edwards. Edwards already has been a big factor in this game.
At both ends of the court.
Rodman, short off the glass. Not a good shot by Rodman, and he was only about 7 feet away. Worthy. Fake in the basket. This crowd's getting into it now.
This is what we talk when we talk about the home court advantage. This team needed a lift, and the fans here in LA are giving it to them.
Magic leads with 16, Worthy 11, but Danley's the leading scorer for the Pistons with 12. Kareem picking up Isaiah on a switch. Edwards. James Edwards scores again, and he has 8 points after not scoring in the first period. Winding down to a minute to go. The lead is 10 for Detroit. Scott, long range. Edwards knocks it away, a Lakers ball.
Well, we see the Lakers have no perimeter game so far tonight. We saw Cooper, he didn't hit anything. Byron Scott can't shoot the ball well tonight. Magic's hit 1 or 2 from the perimeter, but I know Chuck Daly would live with that.
An offensive-defensive substitution maybe here for James Edwards here. How do you read that?
Well, it might be a little fatigue on James Edwards' part, and Chuck has that availability because he has 2 big physical centers.
Kareem didn't have quite the control on his hook, and with 50 seconds to go, the Pistons can open up their 12-point leading margin again.
You know, this is something different for most teams playing the Lakers, not double-teaming Kareem.
Thomas, basket counts and a foul, and now Isaiah Thomas can open up the Detroit lead to 13. The foul is against Magic Johnson, his second.
Now here's Isaiah Thomas penetrating to the basket. Now Byron Scott cannot allow that. Magic Johnson had no choice but to stand there.
You know the story of Magic and Isaiah Thomas. They are very close friends off the court, and Magic looking forward to going back to Michigan. And as he said, I don't want to think about it until I have to, and then it'll be a celebration. Right now he's got his mind occupied.
I don't think the way things are going right now, he doesn't want to be back in Michigan.
Biggest lead for Detroit. Still Laker ball. Isaiah Thomas has played under control so far in this game. That has been one of the criticisms of the Pistons at times.
Well, you've seen such a change in this young man, and his true leadership qualities now are coming out with this Piston ball club. He can play a great game without scoring a point.
Double Kareem. Scott. Byron Scott. With 25 seconds to go, the lead is 11. This is a stunning first half of basketball. If for nothing else, then the Lakers are not even going to get close to 50 points. They have averaged 108 in the playoffs. 6 on the shot clock. There's a 1-second differential. Laimbeer, long range, hits a 3-point basket. Bill Laimbeer hits a 3. Thomas goes for 3 again. Isaiah hits a 3. And the Pistons dance off the court at halftime, having stunned the Lakers, leading by 17. And those last 5 seconds were dramatic. 6 points in 7 seconds.
I think that Chuck Daly is even stunned. Here's Laimbeer hitting, and here's Isaiah Thomas just reading the play, picking off Kareem's pass, pulling up. That's the 3rd three-pointer of this second period by Detroit.
A shocking first half of basketball. That is the end of the first half. The Pistons 57, the Lakers 40. Brent Musburger will be back with the Prudential at the half after this message. Amazing. if you walk around this crowd, most of the people say, well, it's the Lakers not hitting the shots. We don't think it's Detroit's defense. That's the way it was in the last series with the Boston Celtics. Well, Pat O'Brien had a chance to corral Pat Riley to get his thoughts on the view of the first half.
What did you tell your team? What do you have to do to get back on track here, Coach?
Well, you know, we got to shoot the ball better. I thought we had a lot of good shots, but I also think that we didn't show much patience. But still 24 minutes. There's a lot of basketball to be played, and we have to play our game. That's it.
With Worthy gone for that few minutes, did that take you out of sync a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think Detroit played extremely well. They did the things they want to do on offense, and, you know, we just got to play harder, and we got to attack, and we're not doing that.
You worried?
No. Well, but, you know, you're down 17 points, and having them score 6 points in the last 3 seconds, it's a little bit of a crusher, but we'll come back strong.
All right, thanks for stopping.
Think Pat's worried a little?
Absolutely he is, and I think that he says their offense, but I believe that they have to pick it up defensively because they were not able to run against this Piston ball club.
Detroit shot 61% in the first half to 34% for the Lakers. Lane Beer, who hit a 3. 8 on the shot clock. Isaiah Thomas. A long rebound to Magic Johnson. Pistons ended up the first half with an 11-2 run to open up the 17-point advantage. Worthy. Mahorn in his face. Rebound by Scott. He's got it. Big story of the first half was the scoring off the bench. You knew Detroit was deep. They outscored the Lakers 18-0 off the bench.
So Michael Thompson and Cooper were not factors for the Lakers.
Dumars inside Thomas. Air ball on the baseline. Magic. He's got Scott, Green, Kareem, and Worthy. Lakers starting, the Pistons starting the same 5 as started the game for them, including Rick Mahorn, who's guarding Worthy. Kareem lays it in.
Now, one thing Detroit has to do is they must be aggressive out here. That's the way they started this ball game. So far, we haven't seen that aggressiveness with the Pistons.
Every time the Lakers have needed a win in any series, aggressiveness is what keyed it. Out of bounds. Still Piston ball with 9 seconds remaining on the clock.
Now here's James Worthy being able to penetrate much too quick for Mahorn on the outside, finding Kareem for the layup.
Thomas threw the ball away, and now the Lakers, who scored 4 straight points, and Scott lost it. That was a Laker break, and Byron Scott couldn't hold on.
Well, Byron Scott was shooting the basketball before he received the pass.
What did Pat Riley just tell Pat O'Brien? Patience.
Huh? And that's what they didn't have there.
Dumars to Thomas. Kareem is guarding Mahorn. Mahorn has not been a threat, only played 6 minutes in the first half. He's got the back problems. Dantley against Green, lays it in, went right by him as if he weren't there.
Well, A.C. Green, if you remember the last series, had a tough time with Mark Aguirre when he was posted up. It looks like they're going to try and post up Dantley a little bit.
Now they're doing the same against Mahorn. The basket counts, and Worthy will go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Now, one of 2 things Chuck Daly, I think, is going to have to do against Worthy. He's either going to have to come back and double-team Worthy when he catches the basketball, or he's going to have to bring someone off the bench, because right now, Worthy is a little too quick, I think, for Rick Mahorn.
Worthy was out a while with a hip injury in the first half, came back, and James Worthy now has 14 points. Magic Johnson leads the Lakers with 16, and Isaiah Thomas, very quiet 15, leads the Pistons. The lead is 12 for Detroit.
Good job by the Lakers defensively, rotating well and finding the open men.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Beer in the lane. Claims a foul, and there will be, not against Lane Beer, I don't think, but away from the ball.
Well, what happened?
No, he was fouled.
Yeah, exactly right. And the reason the crowd and the Lakers are a little upset, they thought he walked on that play before he shot the basketball.
Magic Johnson has picked up his 3rd personal foul. And Bill Laimbeer is on the free throw line. He went to high school here in Southern California at Palos Verdes. Considering his style and temperament, he's a villain to opposing players and fans, but they love him in Detroit, one of the best outside shooting centers in the game.
You know, Chuck Daly said that all the teams that think he's a villain, at the end of the season, they're always making those calls to Detroit to see if he's available for a trade.
61-47 Detroit. 9:25 to go, 3rd period. Game 1, best of 7. And stepping on the line, it'll still be Lakers ball. Danley had his foot on there.
Well, that was just excellent defense that time by Rick Mahorn, just fighting through the screens and denying that pass to Worthy.
AC Green off the screen. Magic Johnson saves it. What a yeoman work he has performed. Scott scores, but Magic was the guy that made it all happen.
Well, he's had to do it all so far in this ball game for his ball club to keep him in the ball game.
Pistons call a timeout. Lakers have cut the lead to 12. LA is led by only 1 point twice in this game, just for a few seconds. But they can explode. Second half here at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Dick Stockton and Bill Cunningham. Detroit leads, but before the game, Chuck Daly, the Pistons coach, expressed some doubts as to how his team would come out.
Having not been here as a head coach, players not having been here, I don't know about the hysteria dealing with the media and the press. Even the 2-3-2 setup is something that none of our guys have been through and we have to learn about. So I think there's a lot of questions to be answered about us. I think physically, emotionally, I think our guys want to win and want to win badly. I think we're capable, but we're going to have to play our best basketball.
He arrived 5 years ago, and the Pistons have been in the playoffs every year. This was the best season in their franchise history. Game 2, by the way, will be Thursday night at 9 Eastern here at the Forum before the scene shifts to the Silverdome. What a throng we expect there. Under 9 minutes to go in the third period. 61-49. And Adrian Danley with a fall away. Most of his early baskets against Boston were of that variety, Bill.
And there's no way you can defend that shot because AC Green was all over him, but when he falls away, you notice he doesn't shoot the jump shot. It's a one-hander.
He's 8 for 9, Danley. Plenty of time on the clock for the Lakers. They look for Kareem.
And he's got to get going.
Green is fouled. AC Green is doing a great muscle job getting the position inside.
Now here's what happens when they go for that offensive glass. You see the AC Green just fighting to get that position and get control of that rebound.
And Danley committed the foul, his second. And the Pistons commit another foul. Rick Mahorn, his third personal foul. Mahorn, by the way, coming off by far his best season in the league, and that's just a memory considering his back injuries, and he goes out for Sally.
And I think he's not playing with confidence right now. You notice last time down he was open for the post-up, but his teammates didn't look for him.
Scott drives the baseline short. There's Green in the way. Danley goes flying, and they'll call the foul against AC Green.
But that's not a bad foul by AC Green. They need someone to get something going for this Laker ball club. Get a rebound, get to the offensive glass because Scott's been struggling. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's been struggling. The only two players doing anything, Worthy and Johnson.
So now Green and Magic each with 3 for the Lakers. That's not foul trouble. 4 would be. Quick shot by Dumars. Pistons passed the ball well. Dumars had an open jumper.
And that's all you can ask for against the defense when they double team.
Magic again. Spins inside and another fine move by Irvin Johnson, who has 18 points. This is his time of year. Remember those days when he had the layup against Houston and didn't go anywhere, let the clock run out against Boston? Long time ago, and he's come back and won so many times since. Thomas misses a jumper, and the Lakers can cut it to 10. They were down by as many as 17. That was our halftime mark.
Pistons must show more patience at the offensive end of the court.
Dumars on Magic, 8 seconds, quick double. This is what Scott does best. And Byron Scott now has 14 points. It's 10-point game now.
Whenever you play Byron Scott, you must either force the jump shot or force him to the left.
Laimbeer, tippy toes, the jumper. That's his famous shot. Doesn't take long to release that one. He's got 11, including a rousing three-pointer just before Thomas hit his in the waning seconds of the first half.
Well, Laimbeer creates so many problems. You don't see any centers in the league having the ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter the way he does.
Scott wide open. Laimbeer coming out to greet him.
Well, that's just an open shot now. The Lakers are just shooting the ball poorly. I can't say that right now in this period it's been the defense of the Pistons.
You're right. Danley missing a reverse layup, and Sally loses it out of bounds. NBA Commissioner David Stern, who has done a brilliant job with this sport in every phase. You name it, he's done it, and it includes the latest player agreement.
Yep, and he has to be ecstatic the way the playoffs have gone for the NBA. It's just been a battle for everyone.
Vinnie Johnson has checked in for Isaiah Thomas, who goes out with 15. Isaiah missed 2 shots here in the third. Turnaround Green. AC Green. Thomas getting a breather. That was Green's first field goal of the game. 10-point lead Detroit, 65-55. 5:55 to go in the third. And an offensive foul against John Sally. 2 on Sally. Right now the team fouls. Pistons 3, Lakers 2.
Big possession for the Lakers. They need a good shot. Probably go inside to either one of 3 people, either Kareem, Magic, or to go to Worthy.
They keep Scott and Worthy on the perimeter. Dantley committing his foul. That is his 3rd foul. So the Pistons have Dantley, Mahorn with 3 fouls.
Not a big factor because they have a deep bench at the forward position.
Lakers have 17 seconds to attempt a shot. They won 60 games or more for the 4th straight year. 62-20 their record. No one's done that till now. Worthy blocked by Sally. Green on the turnaround, and it drops for him. AC Green, and it's an 8-point ball game. 9 rebounds for AC Green. 5 points.
AC Green is the spark that the Lakers are looking for.
Dantley going up and is fouled. Talking about Green, you know, the proof of his acceptance to the Lakers, before, when he passed up an open shot, no one got mad at him. But this year, when he did, the players started to get on him, which means that the Lakers expect more of him, and he's part of their club now.
Well, if he's going to be an important factor of this ball club, they realize that he's got to hit the open shot and be a threat.
Jabbar committing his first foul. Gary Shandling on the left, and you know John McEnroe, Billy Crystal. (66 to 57), 5:06 to go. Dantley makes both free throws, and the lead again is 10.
Well, you can see going into even game 2, looking ahead, the Lakers have got to find a way to get themselves running because Detroit has forced them to play their style of play.
Illegal defense against Detroit. That'll be a technical foul. John Sally. And Scott will shoot it. 4:51 remaining in the third period. In the 2 previous games this year between the teams, the Lakers outscore the Pistons by 17 points in each game. They right now have outscored them by 7. Mahorn, that's the pain that he has in his back, and he can't really sit on the bench. He has to lie down there.
And he said he's just going to have to play through that pain if he wants to play in the playoffs.
Still Lakers ball.
You just get the feeling that the Lakers are going to explode out here at some point.
Scott gets around. Lapeer picks him up, and a block by Sally, I believe. And here comes Vinnie Johnson. Behind to Dumars. Big jumper for the Detroit Pistons. Very big shot.
And also a big momentum play for the Pistons. A great block by John Sally at the other end at an easy 2 points.
Sally leads the Pistons in block shots. Kareem. Over Lapeer. That wasn't an easy shot. 8 points for the 41-year-old Abdul-Jabbar, who virtually has all the records in this game, playoff or otherwise.
It'd take the 2.5 hours of this game to go over all his records.
Winding down to 4 minutes to go in the third. 69 to 60. Dantley with a familiar spin move, and he's going to school on AC Green.
Oh, he sure is, and they're going to have to make an adjustment and double team him a lot quicker because AC cannot handle him.
And a three-point basket. No, two. Byron Scott. Joey Crawford said he had a foot on the line. So Scott now with the basket. Magic still leads the Lakers with 18, Scott with 17, so their backcourt has done well. Dantley with 22 now for the Pistons.
He's just toying with AC Green. They're not even making the pass. They're giving it to Dantley. He dribbles it down and goes one-on-one.
Dantley has scored 10 points here in the third period, and the Pistons are up by 11. Worthy, finger roll, and a foul. Michael Thompson checks back in for the Lakers, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes out. John Sally's foul, and that is his third. Thomas in. Dumar's out.
Now, a couple things that Pat Riley can do. I wouldn't be surprised to see him right now go to some kind of a trap. Try to create a different tempo for his Laker ball club.
You saw Dennis Rodman come in, and Pat Riley has to decide how he wants to defend that group, which will include James Edwards. Edwards comes in, so right now the Piston cast includes Edwards, Rodman, Dantley in the backcourt, and up front in the backcourt, I should say, it's Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah Thomas.
And one of the things Chuck Daly will bring Edwards in against Michael Thompson, I think feels he has a little advantage in that low post area because of the height advantage that Edwards has over Michael Thompson.
Detroit Smith just one free throw. They've 8 out of 9. Lakers have gone to the line a lot more, and that's not a surprise. Now the Lakers called for an illegal defense, and they'll shoot the technical. 3:03 to go in the third period, and the Pistons lead the Lakers 73-64. Game 2 comes your way Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern here at the Forum. And you remember in the last series in the Eastern Conference, the Pistons stunned the Celtics in Game 1 at Boston Garden. Dantley on the line, looking for his 23rd point.
And this game, if Detroit was able to win a game here in the Forum, one of these first two, with the new format, well, they've had it the last few years with the 2-3-2, the Lakers might never get back here to the Forum for Game 6 and 7.
It's conceivable. Dantley missed the technical. Pistons, of course, still with the ball. Up by 9, under 3 minutes to play third. Magic has to help AC Green. Dantley working against Green. Knocked away by Worthy. It's still Pistons ball because of the deflection. 6 on the shot clock. Vinnie Johnson misses a 3. Rebound by Vinnie Johnson. Scores again. Sometimes he gets out of control, but when he goes in, I don't think Chuck Daly minds.
Well, he's a player that you have to let him go loose and take some bad shots at times, because once he gets in that zone, it doesn't matter if he's off balance, leaning to his left or right.
The lead is 11. Worthy trying to get close. Thompson punches it in. That was a punch-in follow-up by Michael Thompson.
And that's all created by penetration, where the defense has to go help, and that left the lane open for Michael Thompson.
And that basket by Michael Thompson were the first points by the Lakers off the bench in this game. Edwards and Thompson going at it. And a Laker foul.
Now here's Vinnie Johnson going to the offensive glass, getting that rebound. Look at this shot he hits right over here.
Michael Thompson commits the foul for the Lakers in a timeout. 2:01 to go. Here with a keen interest in this game for sure. Here's Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Dick, thank you very much. Magic's mom, Christine Johnson, and you're staying up at the house. What's Magic's mood today?
And he was in a very good mood today. Very good.
What about Isaiah? He usually stays at the house. Has he been over to the house this week?
No, he haven't. I think this time is business for him.
Are you feeding him okay? Taking care of him?
Yes, we're taking very good care of him.
Worried?
No, not really. I always believe in the Lakers.
She's a little worried. Let's go back to Dick.
Well, you know there's going to be a feast because Christine Johnson makes a mean sweet potato pie, according to Magic, and all the Lakers enjoy it. In fact, the Magic said that the rest of the team said, hey, just because it's the finals, we expect that your mom's going to be cooking that stuff in Lansing and in Detroit when we get there. And they will. They'll enjoy it. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 9-point Detroit lead, 75-66.
There's one interesting matchup out here right now. James Worthy is playing Vinnie Johnson. I would think they'd look for Vinnie.
7 on the shot clock. Dantley way out there. Lost control. 4 seconds. Pistons in trouble. He fires a three. Vinnie Johnson fired a desperation three. It was like a shot put.
Do you know how frustrating that is to the Lakers, though? They just played flawless defense, and they end up giving up 3 points.
Bill Burkett just went back in his chair in resignation. Michael Thompson draws the foul going in with 1:21 to go. Pistons by 12. We'll see if this one again.
Well, you had just mentioned about Vinnie Johnson, and sometimes he takes some bad shots. Well, right here, he was forced into a bad shot, and the results were beautiful for the Pistons.
James Edwards picks up his third, and Vinnie Johnson, who did not have a good regular season. Then the playoffs happened, and he happened.
Well, right time for the Pistons for him to get it going.
Thompson makes the free throw. 78-68, 1:20 to go. The lead was 17 at the half, Detroit. Lakers have come back to cut it to 10. Haven't been able to break the sound barrier, it seems, in the deficit here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen the Lakers go to some traps to try and get something going, maybe a turnover and get them to the open court.
5 on the shot clock. Vinnie Johnson way out there with 3 seconds to go. James Edwards gets the basket at the buzzer. No basket. Darryl Garretson says no basket. Chuck Daly is off the bench. He doesn't agree. Michael Cooper will enter the game for the Lakers.
Now here's the penetration. You'll be able to see that clock right on the left-hand side. Let's see if the ball leaves his hands before the clock. Good call by Darryl Garretson.
AC Green goes out, replaced by Cooper. Cooper has yet to hit a shot. 0 for 6 today. Scott on a fake. Michael Thompson gets the loose ball. The effort plays, according to Pat Riley, that pay off ultimately.
And big factors in this third period have been the offensive boards. The Lakers have just been able to get so many opportunities.
Thompson's pick and roll blocked by Dennis Rodman. We said it together. Boy, did we make these. Rodman on the block, 16 seconds to go. 78-68 Detroit. No play for the last shot. Lakers with 68 points. After 3, Vinnie Johnson off the glass with 2 seconds remaining. 13 for Vinnie Johnson. Thomas on a steal and nearly a repeat of the dramatics at the end of the first half, but that is the end of the third period. The Pistons 80, the Lakers 68, and we'll return to the Forum after this message and a word. Welcome back to CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the 1988 NBA Finals from the Forum in Inglewood.
Now, when you're playing good team defense, you have to have confidence that one of your teammates is going to be there to give help. And we see Dennis Rodman coming from the weak side, helping out James Edwards. And we'll take another look at this play as Michael Thompson has Edwards beat, but the great team defense by Dennis Rodman blocking the shot.
Another factor here is that going into this series, the Lakers had connected on 35 more three-point baskets than the Pistons. The scoreboard right now, Detroit has 4 of them, the Lakers none.
Well, you get to the playoffs, especially at this time of the year, you can throw all the statistics out the window.
Magic Johnson into Worthy, start of the fourth period. Pistons lead the Lakers 80-68. Rodman is on Worthy. Turnaround, Edwards the rebound, and it's off his foot. Lakers ball. Leading scorers in the game, Dantley has 22 to top Detroit. And Magic's 18 leads the Lakers. By the way, that 17-point halftime deficit by the Lakers was their largest all year. Pick and roll, Michael Thompson goes in, blocked by Rodman and Edwards.
Again, we see that weak side help.
Inner defense by the Pistons, who can open up now a 14-point advantage. Start of the fourth period. Long range, Isaiah Thomas. Rodman gets the offensive rebound. He may be the best small forward at offensive rebounding in the league.
He is.
Okay, that's it. That settles it. Thomas, top of the key, misses again. This time Michael Thompson controls, and a Piston foul. It'll be Rodman.
Now, here we see the same play being run on the other side of the court, and you'll see two Pistons coming over to block this shot. Look at Dennis Rodman.
Magic Johnson out of bounds. Still Lakers ball as the Pistons got another piece of it. Lakers have 3 men in double figures, and Detroit has 4. Scott. Foul, Edwards. So quickly, 2 fouls against Detroit here early in this 4th period. And that's the 4th foul against James Edwards.
Now, you see Isaiah trying to fight through that screen, and then Michael Thompson was holding him there. Isaiah didn't appreciate that.
Can't say that I blame him.
You know, another interesting thing, we know that the big bad guys from Detroit being physical. What we're seeing is the Lakers being the more physical team going to the offensive glass.
Bill Laimbeer comes in for James Edwards. Edwards has scored 8 points and has 4 rebounds. And Byron Scott, outstanding free throw shooter.
You know, you don't feel any emotion or see any emotion on this Laker ball club right now. I don't see any fire in their eyes. You know, was that last series so draining, or the last 2 series that they've had with Dallas and Utah?
Well, you wonder whether there's that fire in their eyes only when they need to have it. Out of bounds, it'll be Laker ball.
Dennis Rodman is in the 4th row. Here he comes. Now here's that open jump shot against that trap by the Lakers, and I expect to see a lot more of that the remainder of this game.
Point you brought up about fire in their eyes. I think the Lakers have to be nudged a bit before that happens. And we'll have an offensive foul. Danley and Cooper, no hard feelings. You know, they had a 2-0 lead over Dallas, and then Dallas scared them with 2 wins. Utah had to win game 2 here at the Forum. So maybe the Lakers need a little nudge before they get their blood pressure up.
Yeah, maybe the Pistons, what they have to do is let these guys know, hey, we're here to play for the World Championship. Our season wasn't over when we beat the Celtics.
10-point lead, Pistons. Vinnie Johnson. There is it. Vinnie Johnson with 15 points.
All you could do is laugh when he hits shots like that.
Danley the rebound, and the Lakers rushed that shot.
Rushed it, and, you know, it looks like Byron Scott is trying to force things a little bit, not comfortable, not squaring up to shoot the ball.
Interesting that Isaiah Thomas is 0 for 5 in the second half after 15 in the first. He's not even a factor offensively now. 4 on the clock. Rodman. And it's a 14-point Piston lead with 9:35 remaining and a 20-second timeout for Pat Riley.
It's the Vinnie Johnson show now. We saw that last play. There were 4 Lakers around him. That's why Rodman was so wide open. Now, here's what he's created, the problems and how the Lakers are overreacting to him, because there's 4 Lakers right there in your picture and an easy layup for Dennis Rodman.
Meanwhile, the Lakers are 0 for 4 in the last 4 minutes with only 2 free throws. They've now made this a full timeout. Pat has a lot to talk about with his team. Every day here in California and other places. And for more details on the presidential primaries, let's go to Dan Rather in New York.
This is Dan Rather, CBS News at our CBS News election headquarters in New York. Michael Dukakis has gone over the top. Our CBS News estimate is that he will be the Democratic nominee. This is based on wins today in California, where the polls have just closed, and where our CBS News estimate is that Dukakis is the winner in California, and he has enough delegates to get the nomination. Earlier tonight, Dukakis won New Jersey, also won Montana and New Mexico. George Bush has, of course, won everywhere. We'll have a CBS News special report following your late local news. Now we go back to Dick Stockton and basketball.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. And right here, the Michigan primary is winning, you might say. The Detroit Pistons, they have the votes, 84-70. Donald Carter, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, he can enjoy it, but his Mavericks put on quite a show, and they should be congratulated in getting to the Western Finals. How tough is it to have to go and endure 2 7-game series? Well, no team has ever won the NBA title that had to endure 2 7-game series on the way. They are the 3 previous teams who ended up losing in the finals. And the Lakers trying to change history here, but they trail in game 1 by 14 with 9.5 to play. Vinnie Johnson's on Cooper. Isaiah is on Scott. Rodman on Worthy. No, no, no! And the Piston foul is against Dennis Rodman. Magic Johnson getting a breather. He'll be back soon and sure for the rest, most of the rest of his time. 3 team fouls against the Pistons. Lakers have yet to pick up a team foul. And a very quiet crowd for the most part. They've tried their best, Billy, that when the team was down to get them back in, and they came back in. They cut a 17-point lead to 8. And the Pistons seem in control of this one.
And they're really picking up their defensive intensity, the Pistons, really pressuring the passers and the shooters.
Scott. Worthy goes right by Laimbeer. The basket counts and a foul on Bill Laimbeer. That'll be his second foul, and
the whole key here is that extra pass that the Lakers made at the offensive end. And Bill Laimbeer is not a shot blocker, and we see he picked up a little piece of James Worthy's arm.
18 points for James Worthy. He and Magic Johnson lead the Lakers, or actually Scott leads with 19. We're at the Forum in Inglewood, California, game 1, and it's been a shocker, frankly. Not that the Pistons weren't capable of doing this kind of a thing so far, but the Lakers at home, game 1 defending champs. They've been known to blow out teams, but they're on the short end, 84-73, fourth period. Dick Stockton and Bill Cunningham, and Vinnie Johnson draws the foul.
Yeah, what you have to realize is Vinnie Johnson is doing this against probably the best defensive player at the guard position in the NBA, and that's Michael Cooper.
Vic Versace and Ron Rothstein, the lieutenants for Chuck Daly. And here is Vinnie Johnson. Tantalizing on the rim. Nothing doing. And he missed them both, but Isaiah Thomas is there to lay it in. And the Lakers didn't box out. They were nowhere to be found.
But we've seen Isaiah picking off passes at the end of the periods, and here he is stepping in. Just a big heads-up play.
It's 86-73. The Pistons by 13. Still plenty of time. 8:25 remaining. Worthy and Rodman with the defensive play.
Well, we see what Rodman's doing defensively. James Worthy cannot beat him off the dribble.
And that's Worthy's game.
That's right, his quickness.
12 on the shot clock. And Dantley might have been pushed away from the ball. Laker foul.
Well, we see beating James Worthy to the spot. Can't go to the middle. Comes back. Tries to draw the foul. You know, we said that he could play a lot of people. So far, we've seen him play Magic Johnson and Worthy tonight.
AC Green picks up his 4th foul. He has had 9 rebounds to lead the Lakers. They help him on a double against Dantley. Under 8 minutes to go. 10 on the shot clock. Dantley with a fake. Gets Worthy in the air, and Adrian Dantley hits the shot. He's got 24.
That was beautiful basketball. How many passes did they make to find that open shot? And great patience.
Dantley has hit 11 of 13, so the former LA Laker, that's been one of his teams, has come out rousing. And they tie up Scott, and they'll jump it up. And with 7:31 to go, the Lakers have given no indication right now, as Magic Johnson comes back in, that they're going to have one of their spurts. They just don't look like they have it in them right now.
No, and it's going to be, I think they're going to need a letdown by the Pistons. If the Pistons start shooting the ball quickly or they lose that intensity defensively, they've got to help the Lakers at this point of the game.
Scott will be jumping up against Isaiah Thomas. And they're going to jump it again. Harold Garrettson, eagle eye right there on the jump.
Yeah, and we see there's a little pushing and grabbing over here with Dantley and Cooper. I think that was the reason for the blowing of the whistle.
Dantley controls. time the Lakers lost an opening game of a series here at the Forum was 7 years ago. They're down by 15. Biggest margin was 17. That was our halftime score. Detroit up. Danley to the hoop and foul. And he has made his living at the line.
Well, we see what they're doing offensively now, the Pistons. They're opening the court up, looking for Danley, or they look for Vinnie Johnson down the court. They open up the lane. There's no one down in the post area, so this really puts a lot of pressure on the defense to really rotate and come from greater distances than they're used to help out.
Foul was on Worthy and Danley on the free throw line. He made more free throws than field goals this year. Thoughts going through the mind of Pat Riley, who said this club can leave footprints, and it seems that he's had to have a tougher climb in all of the series that he's played, other than San Antonio in the first round.
It's been a draining series for him as well as the players.
But they're the defending champs. He'll be heard from. Matching their biggest lead of the game. The Pistons are up by 17, 90-73. And a very quiet LA Forum. Scott. Byron Scott with 21 points to lead the Lakers.
Detroit cannot stop playing basketball at this point. We're going to see the trap, but if they think this game is over, they're crazy.
Next few minutes will tell whether they feel that way. They came out poised from the get-go here. Thomas with a left-handed runner, tipped up and in, and no basket. Offensive interference by Rodman. Chuck Daly infuriated over that ruling. And the Lakers will call a timeout.
Now here's the shot by Isaiah. Now is that off the rim? It looks like it's off the rim.
I'd agree. Daly had a beat. Are shooting 39%. They've missed a lot of easy shots, but the Piston defense has been magnificent. And how about the bench scoring led by Vinnie Johnson's 15 points? What about this offense?
Well, the key to the offense is their ball movement. There was the double team on Dantley. Watch them. They're going to make 5 passes on this play and end up with an open shot for Adrian Dantley. Isaiah penetrating, finding his teammate open. And we see that the Lakers are just not playing smart basketball at the defensive end of the court, allowing that penetration.
Well, whatever happens, we'll be here at 9 o'clock Eastern time at the Forum for Game 2 of the '88 NBA Finals. Lakers and the Pistons. And then 3 games at the Silverdome. And with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to go, Dennis Rodman and the entire Detroit. See, they have gotten tremendous contributions from all 9 players. Of course, Mahorn hasn't scored in this game. He started both halves and has been bothered by the fact, but his presence means something.
Oh, absolutely. That's, you know, he brings a physical part to the game to establish it early in the game for the Pistons.
90-75 in favor of Detroit. Cooper for 3 off the mark. Let go. And out of bounds. It's been a nightmare for Michael Cooper, who has missed all 7 of his attempts. When the Lakers shoot over 50, they win. When they shoot under 50, they lose. It's as simple as that, and they're not even close to 50 right here. Danley with a fake and an easy layup, and with 6 minutes to go in the game, it's 92-75, and the Pistons are in definite control, and it was last touched by Scott. Great defense that time by Vinnie Johnson.
Well, we see the intensity defensively. They're not quitting at this point. And when you go to the trap at this stage of the game and being down 17, the Pistons can have a great deal of patience. There's no pressure on them at this point, so they're going to have a tough time, the Lakers, creating turnovers.
17-point lead. That matches their largest. Dantley inside, lays it in again, and now Detroit is getting easy baskets inside. It's up to 19, 94-75, largest of the game. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and many of the crowd starts to make their way to the exits here.
As we said earlier, the problem defensively, good shot blocked by Lambier.
And AC Green lays it in.
is that the Lakers were not used to playing a team like this. The closest team like this in the West would be the Denver Nuggets, who open the court and play a passing game. And the Nuggets, by the way, won this series against the LA Lakers.
Adrian Dantley, the leading scorer in the game with 30 points. Bill Laimbeer, Rodman is there, but here comes Magic Johnson. Lakers trying to run, and they can't run. Rodman trying to deny James Worthy. Magic goes for three and hits it. Magic Johnson has 21 points in the game, and it's 94 to 80. Long way to go, though, for the Lakers, and time starting to run out on it.
Yep. Now they'll look for Vinnie Johnson.
Dantley, fall away. He can do no wrong in this first game. 32 points on 14 of 16 shooting. Simply magnificent for Dantley.
Just one of those nights he's having.
Byron Scott drives and banks it in with under 4 minutes to go. It's 96-82.
And the Lakers cannot afford to just match baskets at this point and allow this team to use the clock because they have a nice, comfortable lead. Now they're triple teaming Dantley.
Vinnie Johnson left open, short with it, and he commits the foul on A.C. Green.
But what happened there is Vinnie Johnson, that's the first shot he's shot all night where he didn't have at least one hand in his face.
One thing, Kareem is getting a long rest on the bench in game number 1. He has spent a lot of it on the Pines.
The reason for that is when the Lakers fall behind as much as they they have to look to go to traps, more pressure defense to create some turnovers, and that you can't do that as effectively with Kareem out on the court.
Pistons in the penalty with their 15th foul. Lakers have 3, and that not really is a factor at this point. Pistons took the crowd out of the game, and they're trying to steal game 1 on the road the way they did to the Boston Celtics in game 1 at Boston Garden in the Eastern Final. 96-84, Lakers down by 12. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas. And the rebound, Green out ahead of Scott. Vinnie Johnson gets back. Scott goes right by him. And it's a 10-point game with 3:10 to go.
Now that last time down the court, the Pistons didn't get into anything offensively, and Chuck Daly wants to make sure that they don't blow this game at this point.
25 for Byron Scott. Dallas is rooting for L.A., and the Lakers are on 11-2 run. Back here at CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NBA Finals, Dick Stockton and Bill Cunningham. The Lakers, with a flurry here, have cut the Piston lead to 10 with 3:01 remaining in the game. Bill, your thoughts?
Well, I think the thought right now is the defense of the Lakers. They have to create the turnover, the quick shot, and possibly get out and get into a running game which they haven't been able to do through most of this night. The Pistons, they have to make sure they execute their offense and get the good shot. What they did the last time down the court, poor execution, ending up leaving Isaiah Thomas with no other choice but to force a shot.
The Lakers come out with Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, James Worthy, A.C. Green, and Michael Cooper. The Pistons counter with Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, Vinnie Johnson, and Adrian Dantley. 3 minutes remaining. Tight defense for the Lakers. You're right, they're tightening it up. Dantley goes up and will go to the line. He's fouled. Dantley has scored the last 8 points for the Pistons.
That was an excellent timeout by Chuck Daly. And you could see the difference of his ball club. As soon as Dantley got it, saw an opening, he attacked the basket. He doesn't want them to stop playing basketball and feel that, oh, we can run the clock out attitude. They have to continue to play.
Worthy's foul. 14th foul against the Lakers. And here's Dantley looking for his 33rd point of the game. He was acquired from the Utah Jazz for Kelly Tripucka. He played here in L.A. in the pre-Magic Johnson days.
fact, he played at Indiana while he was with the Lakers. And well, Indiana, and was traded for James Edwards, who now is a teammate.
Small world.
Yep.
98-86, 2:50 to go. 34 for Danley. Magic feeding inside, loose ball, and we're going to jump it up. 2:44 remaining.
The bench of Detroit has been such a factor out here tonight. Michael Cooper has really struggled out here offensively, and Michael Thompson has not really contributed a great deal in this ball game.
Isaiah Thomas has only 2 points in the second half with 17 in the game. So they've gotten a lot of help from a lot of different people. Lakers with the ball. Scott. Lane Beer the rebound on the miss. 2.5 to play. It's 98-86.
But I'd like to add to what you said about Isaiah Thomas. He does not have to score in this second half. Vinnie Johnson, Adrian Dantley are doing that. He just has to make sure he gets them the basketball.
He didn't always feel that way.
That's why he's the leader of this team now, a true leader.
He's raised his game to a new level. At the 24-second buzzer, he fired it up but traveled first. Used up time, and the Lakers down by 12, 2:08 to go. Chuck Daly just said, how many timeouts do we have? Magic hits another three. Magic Johnson with another three-point basket. You know, he has more in 7 games of the playoffs this year than he had in his first 8 years in the playoffs from three-point range.
Well, Vinnie Johnson fell asleep on that play. You got to be up on the guy defensively.
98-89. A 9-point lead for Detroit. 1:40 to go. That's plenty of time. Lane Beer misses off Rodman. Green has it, and the Lakers can cut it to 7 or less. This is the Lakers' last stand, and the crowd on its feet. Magic fouled by Vinnie Johnson, and he'll shoot a pair.
There's Pat Riley telling A.C. Green on a play, come up and double team the ball.
Magic Johnson with 24 points. He has hit 2 3-pointers in a row. Timeouts remaining. Detroit 3-1. The Lakers 2-1. The one is the 20. Magic hits the free throws, and timeout Detroit. 98-91. This is the closest the Lakers have come since they were down by 17 at the half. Interestingly enough, with Dumars and Thomas and Vinnie Johnson, it's the Laker backcourt has really done the great job in this 4th period. Byron Scott and Magic Johnson have done it, but what is the mindset now of the Detroit Pistons? All of a sudden they're saying, hey, wait, it's a 7-point game and they can win this thing.
Yeah, now I think they're thinking a little bit over there, the Piston players. Right, this possession is so important. They need something either to get to the foul line or score 2 points. Otherwise, the Lakers are going to really just feel that momentum, and if they can score at the other end, you've got a heck of a ball game.
That's the great thing about 3-point baskets. Magic's hit a couple, and of course, we'll be with you. Game 2, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern here at the Forum. 1:23 to go. Pistons inbounding, leading by 7. Thomas is double teamed. They have 16 on the shot clock. They double all over the floor. Vinnie Johnson, and they call a Laker foul, and they'll shoot it. Chuck Daly and Pat Riley. It's old hat for Riley to be here, but for Chuck Daly, it's a whole new ball game, a new experience. Vinnie Johnson on the free throw line.
He's missed his last 2 free throws.
0 for 3 for the game. And he missed this, and when you short rim it, he makes the second, and Vinnie Johnson gives the Pistons an 8-point lead, 99-91, 1:10 remaining. So if the Pistons have been an outstanding defensive team, they'll have to show it here. Scott fires away. Dantley and Rodman crash the boards, and it's a jump ball. Dantley had the rebound, and Rodman swooped in, and they'll jump this. There's a timeout story, under a minute to go.
Now, a big thing, I would think the Lakers, if they score and Dennis Rodman touches the basketball, they have to look to foul him immediately because he's such a poor foul shooter.
Dumars comes in for Vinnie Johnson, and Dumars, of course, the better defensive guard.
Better defensive, little better ball handler as well than Vinnie Johnson. Vinnie's more of the scorer.
Rodman and Worthy will jump. 57 seconds to go. Now, Joey Crawford, after checking something over, went to tell Darryl Garretson something.
He was checking to make sure if the proper people were in there jumping for this jump ball.
Rodman and Cooper jumping, and Thomas controls. It wasn't Worthy, it was Cooper. Now the Pistons have it. 20 on the shot clock and a foul, and Thomas will go to the line. Byron Scott commits the foul, so Isaiah Thomas has 2 at the line to try to stretch the lead to 10. A year ago, Isaiah Thomas was frustrated and embarrassed. Rodman's comments about Larry Bird, negative comments about Larry. Thomas theoretically backed them up. Nightmare, and now a year later, he's playing for the NBA championship.
And playing rather well, I have to say.
Cooley hits both free throws, and it's 101-91, 52 seconds left.
And this will be another game where the Pistons hold the team under 100 points.
Air ball by Worthy attempting the three-pointer, and 46 seconds to go. Pistons, all they're looking to do is to protect the ball. And Dumars gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Foul is on Magic Johnson. Make it Byron Scott. 5 on Scott. Well, as we've said, this was going to be an unusual series in the respect that these people don't know each other, and I think that Chuck Daly and Pat Riley know the other team a little bit better now.
Well, a couple of things we'll see, and I think that we'll see adjustments from L.A. Number one, how do you defend Adrian Dantley when they isolate him? What are you going to do about Vinnie Johnson coming off those screens? And the defense, how are we going to get our team?
History says that the winner of Game 1 has gone on 6 out of 8 times in this decade to win. The Pistons have dropped 8 out of the last 9 at the Forum since the 78-79 season. But as we've seen in both series, I think, particularly in the East, maybe that home court has not really been the standard. Huh?
And especially when we look out here at these guys in purple and gold, the world champions, you know that they can win in any building on any given night. So it's not as much of a factor as you said in this series.
Joe Dumars will be on the free throw line. The wide youngster from Louisiana, good free throw shooter. He has scored 7 points, but the roll from the backcourt went to Vinnie Johnson with 16 tonight. Adrian Dantley with 34 points, and a lot of these fans left about 8 or 9 minutes ago. The Lakers have led by only 1 point on 2 occasions for just a few seconds. It's been Detroit, and they opened up with a 8-0 lead.
You think the Pistons have gained a little respect from this Laker ball club?
I think so, and maybe some confidence as well. 103-91. Worthy. This is the layup, and the Pistons have it. So for the 13th time in 17 playoff games, Detroit will hold the opposition to under 100 points. Loose ball foul against Dennis Rodman with 22 seconds to go. All that matters is the final score of this one, and the Detroit Pistons will have won 5 of their last 6 on the road, which is tremendously impressive in playoff. Vinnie Johnson, a hero tonight off the bench. In fact, the bench for Detroit as a group.
The factor. This game, the Lakers are going to have to go up a couple notches with intensity and emotion for the next ball game, because this Piston team is going to come out even more aggressive than they did tonight, feeling so good about themselves that, hey, we really can beat the world champions and get ourselves a ring.
Magic with 28, top man for the Lakers. Kareem last played with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Only 8 points for Abdul-Jabbar. 3 seconds to go. Rodman gets the layup, and the game is over. The Detroit Pistons have done to the Lakers what they did to the Boston Celtics. They were underdogs in both series, and they stunned the two great teams on the road. The final score, Detroit 105, the LA Lakers 93. And if the Lakers are to repeat, they really have their work cut out for them, because this Piston team, Billy, came out poised from the very beginning, weathered a couple of storms, and played tremendous defensive basketball and got some easy shots and seemed to be all over the place.
And they were all over the place, and now it's time for Pat Riley to make the adjustments.
All right. Final score 105-93. Right now, let's send you to Pat O'Brien, who is Adrian Dantley, 34 points for AD.
All right, Dick, thank you. Welcome to the 1988 NBA Finals.
Thank you. We're very happy to get this first one. And we for real. We're going to play hard. Everybody's expecting us to lose in 4 and 5. But we're going to give them a fight.
I think you're right. I think a lot of people thought you may have let down after Friday's win. You're telling another story, obviously, by the play tonight.
The Lakers might win, but I tell you something, we got some guys who are very hungry. We got some character, and we're going to give them a fight. We know they favorite, but we're going to be ready every game.
Waited 12 years for this.
Yeah, I hope I get it this year.
All right, thank you, Adrian. See ya. So, the Detroit Pistons are another team who is on a mission, and we'll be back with more from the Forum after this.
The Detroit Pistons answered an awful lot of questions tonight by winning this first game of this NBA series, but as a couple of the fans from LA just shouted at me, remind everyone they have to win 4. Indeed, they do. Also, keep in mind that under this format 2-3-2 now, the Pistons will go home no worse off than 1-1. And I recall Game 2 in the Boston Garden, where Detroit came very close to sweeping the first 2 before returning home. So it's not going to be an easy task here for the Lakers in Game 2 on Thursday night. One adjustment that it seems to me that Coach Pat Riley must do is at least try Michael Cooper against Adrian Dantley. Dantley missed only 2 shots from the field. He was about 14 of 16, 34 points in the 105-93 triumph here tonight. So Detroit gets ready, and they do what they have to do. They come here and sweep away Game 1. So for Dick Stockton, Billy Cunningham, and